It's Zip Trip season on 7 News. Welcome to Central. Fun, food, music, and more. 7 News Live. We're on a Zip Trip.
Welcome back to Central. We are live right in front of Central Roller Mills, and the sweets are here.
Check this out.
How cool is this?
Central Sweets is coming up next. Does this not look like the best cookie you've ever seen?
That is a fantastic.
That one,
Yeah,
that one right there. No, I can like all 4 of those first 4 chocolate chips.
Yeah.
those are bigger than your hand.
Honestly.
I'll take a couple.
They don't
Those are
smell bad.
fantastic.
The milk.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Central
Christine,
Sweets
what is this?
coming up.
Where is this?
Yeah,
what are we
Central
talking?
Sweets right here in Central. Yeah, they made these just this morning, and it smells like.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, they really take care of any of your sweet tooth needs.
Okay.
Central Sweets has
Oh
got
my
it. They're coming up
gosh.
next. How
Chocolate.
fitting after the workout.
I mean,
right?
exactly. Very
Perfect
appropriate.
timing.
Very appropriate.
Moderation. I've got
sale.
Joe Moss, Town Council. He's coming on. Just
That's
sent him
awesome.
up there to get ready for some trivia. So hopefully he's prepared, ready to go, and he's representing Town Council.
That should be good. Also coming up, we're going to be talking high school football. If you're in Central, you know Daniel High,
Absolutely.
the Lions. Once again, they're in the hunt for
Lions.
another state championship.
Go Lions.
That's right. And I have the principal of Daniel High School, Mr. Adam Russell.
Oh my gosh,
First
cool.
year in, and very excited. We're going to see what's in store for the Lions this year.
Man, that sounds great. Well, it is the first day of September,
First
and it's
day.
the official, unofficial start of fall.
There you go. That's what we have to say is the unofficial start of fall as we talk about Labor Day. And I have to say this appeals to the 8-year-old kid in me as we have all this candy. All right, let's take a look. Our weather today is going to be fantastic. Sunny, dry, clear, and cool. We are starting the morning out with temperatures that are in the 60s in most spots in the upstate and western North Carolina. We're going to see plenty of sunshine today as our afternoon highs are expected in the 80s for the upstate. Those afternoon highs are expected to stay in the 70s today in western North Carolina. That's a look at our weather. Stephen, let's take a look at our live drive traffic.
All right, sounds good, Malachi. Still a pretty calm start out on the roadways, at least for the Interstate 85 South at mile marker 57 right here. Decent amount of cars on the road, but everything moving at the speed limit. This is just near Aviation Parkway. Now, you will start seeing those school zones and those school areas start getting congested a little bit. 6:32 is our time, so those drop-offs for elementary school will be starting soon. Other than that, everything seems to be clear out there on the roadways. No crashes or delays to report. All right, let's send it back to Central, talking about the history of a certain football program out there. Good morning.
That's correct. Good morning, Stephen. Yes, it's another Friday night in the state of South Carolina, so you know what that means. We've got a night ahead of some high school football.
That's right, and if you're in Central and you're playing high school football, that can take you places. The football stadium at Daniel High is less than 10 minutes away from Clemson's Death Valley, and a lot of former Lions played football for both schools.
Myself, Jarvis Jenkins, DeAndre Hawkins, Shaq Lawson,
But wait, there's more.
Jarvis Austin, Terry Smith,
That has to be all the players who went from Daniel to major college football, right?
Kevin Breedlove. It's like a lot of talent has came out of Daniel.
And for Deshaun Williams, he had the chance to see all that talent again. The former Daniel star and standout at Clemson signed with the Carolina Panthers this season. He was at training camp in Spartanburg when the current Lions came one morning for a side-by-side workout.
It makes me feel old just to seeing these guys, seeing me grow. They always saw a vision in me. I didn't, as a high school guy, you don't know what you're doing. You're just playing football, having fun. But man, to see the end game and see me here and those guys watching me play, it's amazing.
And for current Daniel High stars like 6'3", 280-pound Watson Young, who will play in college at Appalachian State, it made him feel a little small.
I was just over there sizing everybody up when we were going around shaking hands, and it was just I was like, nice to meet you. And I was just looking up at him, and I was like, holy crap.
We wore them gold helmets, and you know what I mean? Just to see the DWD, logo, man, it's amazing.
Daniel coach Jeff Brewster knows all about it. He was born in Central, played on state championship teams at Daniel, and is now the head coach.
They see those banners, they see those names all over the locker room, they see the pictures, and they kind of know it's possible.
All those stars come from a school with an enrollment of around 1,200 students in a town where it just means more.
To go shine the light on Central, man, is amazing because I feel like that small little town, man, it produces a great bunch of athletes.
It's very community driven. It's still very much small town minded. Everything's not shutting down at 5 on Friday nights, but you might not see as many people there because they're probably going to be fouled up waiting to go to the Daniel game. And so it still means quite a bit to everybody in Central, Clemson, and 6 Mile.
Daniel has won 7 state championships in their history. They are in the hunt again. The Lions are 2-0. They're ranked number 2 in the state of South Carolina in 3A. And right now on the Clemson football roster, there are 12 former Lions players.
That's impressive. So go Lions! Excited for another Friday night of football ahead of us. We'll see if they can keep the streak alive.
That's right.
2-0.
Exactly. They are rolling along. Meanwhile, Steven's back to roll along with a look at today's top stories.
All right, thank you both. The time right now is 6:35. The Spartanburg Police Department is using grant funds to replace their in-car radios. The grant is through the Justice Assistance Grant Program. It's around $46,000, and they're replacing 84 out of 247 radios. They say they use them on every call to talk to each other, dispatch, and other agencies. As technology develops, officers say it's important they stay updated.
It makes a huge difference on our response times, and everything just kind of falls on how we're equipped.
The department is looking for your feedback on how they're spending the grant funds. You can mail in your response or take an online survey. We have that linked at WSPA.com. The Easley Police Department has a new chief. Brandon Liner is a native to the town. He has been with the department for more than 20 years in several roles. Liner is also on the board of directors for the Pickens County Advocacy Center. In June, we previously reported the former chief's resignation during an investigation into his conduct. And a new addition in the town of Packlet is expected to help people who might be struggling economically. The Benjamin E. Mays Family Resource Center will offer a range of services from basic health care to addiction recovery classes. It's named after the civil rights activist who mentored Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The center is opening at the site of the old Packlet Middle School on Sunny Acres Road. The center's executive director says he hopes the center helps people realize their full potential.
There's tremendous opportunity in this community. There are buildings and there's land that's available, that isn't quite as expensive as Spartanburg. And I think people in this community can really take advantage of that to provide services in Spartanburg, but someone needs to help them figure out how to do that.
The Family Center is providing services as needed right now, but will officially open on September 7th. The time is 6:37. The Spinning Jenny event venue is closing in Greer. The co-owner says since 2015, the Spinning Jenny has attracted audiences as far as Washington State. She says the closure can be blamed on 2 things: attractive opportunities elsewhere and the rapidly rising costs of running the event venue. The venue has been sold to developers and will hold its final show on October 6th. State lawmakers are considering possible changes to meal programs in South Carolina schools. Legislation established the 17-member Child Food and Nutrition Services Study Committee earlier this year. The panel met this week to learn about food programs administered by the State Department of Education and discuss the numbers of students eligible for free or reduced lunch. If a school has a certain amount of students eligible, they can offer free meals to all students through a federal program. Education officials say the number of schools in this program nearly doubled this year.
This increase became available because of our use of Medicaid data. Last year was the first year that we actually started using Medicaid data as a match. And so it increased the number of children that were eligible.
The panel will meet next month to take a comprehensive look at universal free school meals. Coming up next, 7 News is still on our zip trip and our final one of the season, but the fun doesn't stop there. Stay with us as we continue live with more from 7 to 9 on the CW62, Channel 9 on Spectrum, and streaming on YouTube TV. Then switch back to Channel 7 for your Carolina and the final hour of today's zip trip. Make sure you stay with us all morning long.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back to 7 News. Happy Friday to you. It is a trivia with Olivia. I am here with Joe Moss, Town Councilman. Thank you. He has today off. He's got a long weekend and he's here with us at 6:30 in the morning. So I appreciate you being here. We got some questions to ask you. We're going to pick your brain. You think you're ready?
I'm ready.
So we'll put a minute on the clock, 10 questions. We'll see how much you know, and if we don't know it, we just skip over it. All right? Lauren, we can run the timer. Let's get into it. How did Town of Central get its name?
It's central. It's located between Atlanta and Charlotte.
That's correct. And about what's the distance between both?
133 miles.
What year did Central become incorporated as a town?
I believe it was 1975, 1875, I'm sorry.
That's correct. Which college started classes in the fall of 1906?
Wesleyan University, Wesleyan College.
Name me a historical place that's in Central.
High school there.
The high school? Yeah. That is correct. Can you name me one of the mills in Central?
It's a Queen of Mill.
Who's the famous football player from Central?
DeAndre Hopkins.
That's correct. Which school district is Central in?
Pickens County.
What is the Daniel High School mascot?
The Mighty Lions.
Go Lions. And when does early voting begin in Central?
November the 7th.
We got 10 on the board for Councilman Joe Moss. You crushed it. I appreciate you being with us this morning. Thank you for being here. And we'll send it over now to Malachi for a check of your Friday forecast. Good morning.
Yeah, we bake them. I mean, we don't.
Good morning to you, Olivia, and we are out here live in Central enjoying our zip trip. I'm going to be talking with the high school principal of Daniel. Christine, you have the sweets.
Sweet treats for you right here in Central. Yeah, I cannot wait to hear more. We might just drive away with a cookie.
And a very impressive truck as well. All right, we're back from Central with our zip trip coming up in just a few minutes.